Episode 59, Why Are You Here? Good evening, I am Tomas Guevara, and this is the channel Rewriting the Reality. Subscribe to this channel to learn why you are here. In episode 59 I will explain why you are here. This is a question that a lot of people are always asking in Quora, and I decided to make a video so everyone can understand the answer to, why are you here? Many people are always asking, why do you manifest within this physical dimension? Is the purpose of this action clearer to myself than it may be to you at this present moment? Yes, it is quite clear to me why you have manifested within this physical dimension, and I view that it is quite unclear to you why you have manifested in this physical dimension. To explain it in simplicity, you have manifested in this physical dimension merely to explore and experience. You are not engaging in a mission. You are not placed here by any higher power. You are not subject to this physical dimension as identifiable by a lower or learning plan, for you are not learning. You are not teaching. You are experiencing. I am telling you quite accurately that you are a traveler. You are a traveler through this physical dimension, choosing to explore all the wonders of how you may create a reality in whichever manner you are choosing, and all the myriads of experiences that you may explore in relation to the design of this physical dimension. This is not new, the Indian culture has known it for thousands of years. This physical dimension was and still is designed by us collectively to be experimenting and exploring through the channels, so to speak, of emotion and sexuality, and coupling those with a design of filtration of how you perceive all of your reality, which is defined as our incorporation of belief systems. Within this particular physical dimension, the basic elements of this reality are belief systems, that are the design of sexuality, and the exploration of emotional qualities and expressions. Now, beyond this, it is the incorporation of your belief systems that influence you in the thought process that you have been placed in this physical reality, and that you may be called upon in some manner to be accomplishing some mission, some higher purpose. In actuality, you already are your highest purpose. Therefore, there is no action to accomplish in becoming greater or better or higher than you already are. You become confused in this physical reality, for you have created expressions of separation. You are an identification of consciousness. We are all consciousness. You are identifiable as consciousness individually, as an essence. That essence is the identification of personality, a quality which defines you uniquely as an expression of consciousness, but simultaneously, we are all consciousness. In this, you occupy every aspect of consciousness. Whether you identify a particular area of consciousness as physical or non-physical, you are it. You are not here in a place. You are here as the place. All that you view around you, all that exists within what you know objectively as your universe, is you. It is not outside of you. It is not that you are placed within it, as a small entity occupying this space, but that you are that space, and more. What you identify presently as you, in this moment, in this physical manifestation, is a focus of attention. That focus of attention creates a singularity in its concentration, and therefore appears to be separated from all else, within what you know. But in actuality, it is merely the designation of that focus of attention that creates that illusion of separateness. There are other essences that are not physically focused, or that may be physically focused, but not in this particular physical dimension. There are many physical dimensions which are occupied by many types of manifestations. There are many areas of consciousness that are non-physically focused. What I am expressing in that identification is that the attentions are not focused on a manner in which they interact physically or in conjunction with physical matter. This particular attention is focused within a physical dimension. You create all physical matter. You have created a physical body and form which you identify as you, but you are much greater than merely the expression of that one physical form. You have chosen to be creating that physical form and participating in this physical reality to experience, to explore. May you be interactive with essences that you term to be spirits, which are non-physically focused? Yes. May you be aware objectively that you are interactive with these non-physically focused essences? Yes. May they be helpful to you? At times, if you are allowing. Shall they be responsive to you? Yes. Collectively, many of us, within consciousness, as manifestations of this physical dimension, have asked for helpfulness, have asked for information, and many essences, like Seth and Elias, in conjunction with many other essences, have responded and continue to respond. There are myriads of essences that are continuously responding to energy and inquiries that we project, and within this time framework, this action occurs more frequently, for we collectively have chosen to be creating an action which we term to be a shift in consciousness. This is evidenced throughout our globe presently, and becomes more so day by day. In this, many of the actions of this shift in consciousness are confusing objectively, and many are creating expressions of conflict. Many of the movements of this shift in consciousness create beyond conflict and manifest in trauma, and therefore, we have expressed individually and collectively that we wish to be receiving information that may be lessening of our conflict or our trauma, as we continue movement within this shift in consciousness, and we have requested helpfulness. The expression of helpfulness is not merely offered in interaction of communication or information, but in actual offerings of energy that essences express and project through layers of consciousness to us within this physical dimension to be helpful in our movement. This is our choice, that we have engaged this action of this shifting consciousness, and in this time framework now, as we have moved linearly into our new millennium, we also are engaging the actual insertion of this shift in consciousness into our objective reality, our official reality. Therefore, many more manifestations materialize, for we become more aware, and this is the point. This is what we have chosen. This is our design. This is what we are moving into quite purposefully, widening our awareness, opening our periphery within consciousness, and allowing ourselves objectively, not merely in concept or theory, and not merely subjectively, but objectively, within our waking state, to be aware of much more of us as essence, of consciousness in its entirety, and of our ability to be creating and manipulating an energy within all of consciousness. We have created limitations within our physical reality for an extensive time framework quite purposefully, and this is not bad or wrong. But we are choosing a new experience now, and in this new experience, we choose to offer ourselves more freedom, and in the expression of freedom, we choose to be incorporating more of reality in this physical dimension. I have said that this action also incorporates trauma, and you are experiencing and witnessing trauma within your world. How shall you move to eliminating these expressions of trauma and conflict? By familiarizing ourselves with us, by familiarizing ourselves with our beliefs, and allowing ourselves to move into the expression of acceptance and trust of self, acceptance of our beliefs, not elimination of self or of beliefs, but acceptance of those beliefs and of self. This is the movement within our beliefs, the knowing that we hold beliefs that are basic to the design of this particular physical dimension, and not creating judgments upon those beliefs, but allowing ourselves the recognition of them, and in that action, eliminating the automatic response that we create in relation to them. To this point, we have held belief systems in this reality and we have automatically responded to them, which eliminates many of our choices. It narrows our field upon which we may play. It also creates obstacles within our movement. In this, as you become aware of the belief systems that you hold, you also recognize the automatic dictation that these beliefs express to your perception, and as you become more aware of this dictating by your beliefs, in automatic action, you may allow yourself to choose, and choose other expressions, and not limit yourself to those that are familiar to you in the automatic responses. Therefore, it is important to recognize that most of our truths are only beliefs, and that is not bad or wrong. It is only a limitation to expand our awareness and to create our reality in a more efficient way. As you widen your awareness, you also allow yourself to turn your perception. Quite briefly, as I have stated previously, your perception is an instrument. It is the instrument that creates all your reality. Your beliefs are the influence upon that instrument. As you widen your awareness and as you incorporate acceptance of your beliefs, your perception is altered. It moves. Our perception is not a rigid instrument, as explained in episode 5 and 6. It holds the capability of being quite flexible, and alters quite frequently, and may alter instantaneously. At times, it may be challenging to you to be altering your perception, and you may be experiencing difficulty, for you are attempting to be forcing your energy. Within other times, you may be instantaneously altering your perception in quite dramatic manners. Regarding to your perception of what is occurring within the world and the trauma that is being experienced by individuals and groups, as you alter your perception and your awareness, you are not creating an action that eliminates your emotion, you are not creating an action that eliminates your preference, and you are not creating an action that eliminates your thought process or your opinion. You may engage in opinion without judgment. For the most part, most individuals have not incorporated an experience yet that may offer an objective understanding of this previous statement, but in actuality, you may continue to engage in opinion without a judgment, which is the incorporation of your opinion in acceptance. The trauma shall not be affecting of you, if it is affecting of you, in the same manner, for you eliminate the aspect of judgment, and in the elimination of judgment, you may continue to hold a preference, but are not creating a reaction to choice, for you are recognizing in genuineness, within your reality, the reality of choice. You may hold a preference to not be engaging a specific action. You may hold a preference within yourself to not engage in an action of tearing your flesh. Within your preferences, you choose not to engage in this action. You may continue to hold this preference without judgment, within self or within the association of another individual or any other expression of consciousness. You may view the action occurring. You may allow yourself a thought process in relation to the action. You may continue to choose not to engage in the action. But simultaneously, you create a genuine awareness and recognition that there is no right or wrong or good or bad in relation to that action, with yourself or with any other expression of consciousness, not merely that you may not be bothered by another individual's engagement of this activity, but that it shall bother you to be engaging this activity, but that you genuinely express no judgment to yourself either. You merely create a preference, which is the expression of your choice, for your choices are all expressions of your preference, for you do not create choices that you do not prefer, even in the choices that you view to be undesirable. Were you not preferring to choose them, you would not choose them, and you do choose them. You also may engage emotional expressions without judgment, without the association of good or bad or better or worse or right or wrong. This is unfamiliar within our reality, for the most part, although not entirely, within this present now, for this is not how we have engaged creating our reality to this point. But we are already beginning. We are already, each of us, beginning movement into this type of awareness, and presenting ourselves with examples and experiences in which we are lessening our judgments, and we are allowing ourselves to view experiences as choices, and choices as neutral. And this is the purpose of this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to expand your awareness and reduce our judgments.